Join us for the very first IFL Live at London's Indigo at the O2, Sunday, August the 13th, with me, Coogan Cassius, and some very special guests. Eddie Hearn, Darren Barker, Johnny Fisher, and more. Tickets now on sale. So in the words of Eddie Hearn,
you get up, you dress up, and you fucking show up.
Andrew McCart, IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast, and I'm delighted to be joined by Lee Appleyard, a fighter that I've seen fight a good few times, but he's probably hasn't seen me in the crowd. But I've been there, Lee. I've been there. How's things?
All good, mate. All good. Been a long time coming. This we're talking over a year by the time the fight comes. I've just been waiting for a big opportunity. Several have come, have gone, and this has dropped on. Obviously, I've jumped at it.
Well, that's it. You've been out the ring. By the time you face a young fighter who's 20-0 and Jack Rafferty, I believe it's in Liverpool, it will be a year since you've stepped through them ropes, by the time you step through the ropes against Jack. So how are you feeling in that sense? Obviously, a fighter doesn't like to not be fighting. He likes to fight whenever he can, especially someday at your stage of your career. So how's this year been for you?
I've been in the gym constantly. Obviously, we've had maybe 4 fights on and off. One that we really nailed down, and for whatever reasons, it didn't come off. So I've been in the gym ticking over. I've been sparring. I had a little bit of a time out. I had about 8-12 weeks out. I had a bit of a bad back, but I was still in the gym training, just dropped the training down a little bit. But I've always been ticking over. So I'm not worried about that. I've been out of the ring for a year at all. I'm experienced now. I've been there, done it. I know what it all entails.
Well, that's the thing. You are experienced, but Jack has had 20 fights himself. He's unbeaten in them 20 fights as well. So what kind of fight are you expecting with Jack Rafferty? Like I say, he's unbeaten. He's beat everyone that he's faced, but you're by far his toughest test to date.
1000%. I mean, I've looked at the caliber of fighter he's been in with. I mean, probably, what can we say? Tom Hill's his best opposition that he's been in with 10-9 at the time or something. He'd had one loss. You start scrolling down my record, and 10-0, 12-0, 10-0, 12-0, 18-2, you name it, I've been in with him. So this is nothing new to me. Going to the Lion's Den, as they say, etc. Nothing new again. I'm absolutely buzzing for it. I'm going to show, obviously, what I can do with a camp. I don't get camps. I'd never get a full camp. So respect to their team for giving me a full camp. But that will be their downfall, because the best version of me will turn up with a full camp without a shadow of a doubt.
That being said, obviously, you did run down this sort of, you've obviously seen his opponents on BoxRec, and you've ran through their records now. You've faced guys like Dalton Smith, who's probably destined now to go on and be that European world level fighter. You've been in with guys like Masha Dodd as well, a little bit early on in your career. You've faced some of the bigger names in the UK. Will that stand you in good stead heading into this fight?
Yeah, experience is key. Jack's had his own way in probably all his fights. I haven't actually watched the Tom Hill one or anything, but he's had his own way from the few fights that I've had a look. So I do study and have a look at my opponents. He's had his own way, and that isn't going to be the case when he's fighting me. So he's got a lot of new things to experience, and I've experienced them all. So it depends how he's going to cope on the night with regards to that.
What does a win for you against Jack do for your career? I mean, I hope you don't mind me saying, I believe you're sort of like maybe in the 34, 35 years old now. You've been professional for a long time. So what does a win against Jack Rafferty do for your career right now?
So yeah, 35, nearly 36 actually, mate. So yeah, I'm the old man in the gym. But I'm listen, I've got young legs on me. I'm a clean liver. Everyone likes to drink here and there and stuff like that, but I live for the sport. I never thought I'd get to even fighting for an English. Obviously, I've done it and gone beyond what I thought, but I know I'm capable of winning your Commonwealth and your British titles. It's how we'll look falls and stuff, and I've done it the hard route. So yeah, beating Jack will just show people what I've got left, or how good I am when I've got a full camp. And from there, I'm wanting to go on and win your British title, which Obviously, Dalton's going to be vacating now. He's won it outright. He's, like you say, he's going to be moving on to European, so the doors are going to open. It's his final roll at dice for me. I don't want to walk away from the sport of boxing. I love it. I live it. I dream it. And a loss is the end of me. That's a fact. If I don't beat Jack, I will retire. That is me done. I've promised my wife and everything. I just knew coming off my last fight, doors were going to be there to take a big opportunity. And that's why I kind of went against saying I was going to retire, because I said I was retiring then. But yeah, if I lost now, I would retire. So I don't want to lose. I don't want to retire. So let me tell you, I'm coming full steam ahead for him.
Does that sort of, you said that you love, breathe and dream boxing. Is it that fear of losing this fight and having that sort of fear of retiring? Does that add more motivation to you coming into this fight with the camp as well? You're saying you're getting a full camp, but the fear of leaving the sport that you just said that you dream about and that you love, does that give you that extra motivation heading into this fight?
1,000,000%. It's not putting pressure on me. It's the motivation side of it. I don't feel the pressure because I've been in and around everything. I was quite content when I said I was retiring last time. I just thought, hold up a minute, Lee. You've got to that stage now where a big fight's going to come, hence it's come. So yeah, it's adding massive motivation to it. I'm changing up my trainer. Which is something new. I'm going to release that out on Monday. That's no animosity or anything to Steffi or anything like that. Basically, Ray, who trains with us, he's got a lot of work and family things that he's dealing with, and Steffi is actually the best man to his brother's wedding on the night, so he can train me. But I want someone there who's been through the camp with me and going to be there on the night, not doing through the camp and then somebody on the night. So I've got a good relationship with the other people who I'll be announcing on Monday who I'm going to be training with. Yeah, I think that's again going to add that little bit more of an edge, something new going into it. And they're going to want obviously me to succeed, obviously taking over the trainer role. So we're going to be giving it everything. And Jack's style and my style, it definitely could be fight of the year. I can tell you that now. It's a cracker, absolute cracker.
Well, that's the thing. It's at the Olympia, I believe, in September. It might not be televised, so you better buy a ticket then. If it's
yeah, exactly. It's a shame it's not going to be on Sky or DAZN or whatever. You know what I mean? It's more than it's worthy of a British title fight. I can tell you that. But it is what it is. We're the main event. The Olympia looks fantastic. So the atmosphere looks like it's kind of like a rounded Yoko from what I've had a look at it. But yeah, they better buy a ticket if they want to come and watch, because it is going to be a cracker.
You mentioned the British title, Commonwealth title, and Dalton Smith, he's won it outright, like you said. He's probably going to vacate them belts that he's won and move on to bigger and better honours. So you beat Jack. Is that going to be sort of like your next assault? Is it going to be, or maybe the British title with the British circular getting released? It might be this guy's a little bit further up who are in the top 10, but that Commonwealth title will be there. You beat Jack. Is that sort of like the path that you're going to take, is maybe making an assault for that Commonwealth title?
That's a fact. Obviously, the Commonwealth silver is basically the final eliminator. Yeah. They just put a nice little nice belt, so a little bit of silver for us to take home, which is fantastic. And without that, probably wouldn't have took the fight, because I do want belts and I do want something to put on mantelpiece to look back on. So the fact that's one of the reasons why we've managed to get the fight over the line. So that is my next fight. So it'd be a case of getting an opponent or what have you. And if we can get the British on with us now, obviously being in an eliminator for it, that'd be fantastic.
Normally I ask guys sort of like, what is their sort of plans for the rest of this year or going into 2024? But for me, it seems like if I ask that question, you'll just shut me down and say that you're fully focused on Jack Rafferty. Am I right in saying that? Because it feels like you said yourself is the final roll of the dice, and you win this one, then you can have a look at what's going on. But if you lose this one, like you said, you're going to retire. So it might be a dumb question for me to ask, but 2024, what are the plans?
Yeah, so you're right. I'm kind of going to shut you down, because it's all about the Jack Rafferty fight. But You can't look past Jack. He's 20-0. I'm going to get written off with the bookies and stuff like that if there's odds. I'm not stupid, but I am telling you now, this is a proper 50-50 fight. Jack's in a proper fight. He knows he's in a proper fight. The promoters and who are dealing with it know he's in a proper fight. And I don't have, I said this when I went in with Don, but I don't have any doubt in my mind that I aren't going to win on the 16th of September. I'm winning. It's just full stop. From what I've seen at him and stuff like that, I know I beat him. And once that's done, if there's an opportunity for the Commonwealth before the end of the year, yeah, I'll take it. If I've got to wait till March next year, I'll wait. I'll comfortably sit and wait for one of the major titles, which I don't think anyone from Rotherham's ever even won the Commonwealth. So obviously that's a bit of history there. And the British, no one's won it for over 100 years. So again, it's that little bit of history linking to it, putting my stamp on obviously all my career.
Now, I want to ask this then, before I let you go and enjoy the rest of your Friday night. You are in the away corner. You are the opponent. You're brought in to maybe lose against an undefeated guy like Jack Rafferty, even though you're his toughest test to date. That being said, do you have to go into this fight and maybe get the stoppage? Do you feel like you'll get the rub of the green? If you don't, Joe, are you looking for the stoppage, or can you stop Jack Rafferty?
I've never seen him worried or wobbled or anything in the little fights I've seen. But listen, you put 8-ounce gloves on, anyone's can get knocked out. And my record doesn't show it, and I've said this a million times. I hit harder than most people. I genuinely do. Steffi will say he's the hardest person he's had on the pads and stuff like that, hitting wise. And like I said, with them 8-ounce gloves, I definitely can take anybody out with one punch. So stoppage would be lovely. That's obviously that. Like so, when you're the away opponent and you go in there to lose, you've got to win very, very comfortably on them cards. However, I'm not sure who the judges are. British judges are. Hopefully, they're fair, obviously, on the scoring. And even if it is close, who's to say I can't win? You've seen it many a times. So the best man will win on the night, and I just hope the judges give the fair pop to both the fighters, irrespective it's in his hometown, and he's the main man. Because I want it more. I probably want it more than him. Trust me, because I've been there and I've missed it, and it's my last roll of the dice. So I want it more than him. He can come back again if he loses to me. So them judges have got to understand that we live and dream it, and we want it just as much as he do. Just because he's undefeated, I was undefeated once. So yeah. Going back to the original question, a knockout would be lovely, and yeah, of course, if I can get him out early, I'll be taking him out.
I'm just going to piggyback off that you said. That you said you haven't seen him wobbled, you haven't seen him hurt. Do you think that he needs that gut check then? And are you that guy to give him that gut check? I mean, like you say, he hasn't been wobbled yet. He hasn't been hurt. I don't know if he's been at the corner yet with a cut. But can you give him that gut check?
I'm winning, so he's going to get all the gut checks. That's a fact. He's going to get plenty of gut checks on that night. He ain't walking through me. No way in a million years. He's not walking through me. He's going to get every gut check going, and I will be victorious that night. I'm so confident. It's unreal.
Listen, you sound confident, and like you say, it's got Barnstormer written all over it with you and Jack, and it's a shame it's not televised. But if you're going, I don't know if IFL will be covering it. If we are, I'll probably get down for it. It's only in Liverpool. It's a 3-hour drive from where I am in Glasgow. Yep. So I might make the trip down. Who knows? But listen, if I don't, then good luck. Keep train hard. Yep. And I'll be looking out for the fight. Hopefully it'll be on YouTube or something along them lines. If not, I'll be in there. Yeah. Listen, Lee, good luck with it, mate, and keep training hard.
Thanks for your time, mate. Appreciate it.
Anytime, my man. Stay safe.
Take care, mate.
Bye now.
See you, bye-bye.
Join us for the very first IFL Live at London's Indigo at the O2, Sunday, August the 13th, with me, Kugan Cassius, and some very special guests. Eddie Hearn, Darren Barker, Johnny Fisher, and more. Tickets now on sale. So in the words of Eddie Hearn,
you get up, you dress up, and you fucking show up.